Hello and welcome back to this week's video. Today we're gonna do like a little update because I have now been married for 6 months and that's very exciting. And not only have I been married for 6 months, I have now been in Korea for almost 1 full year. And I mean, I was in Korea for 11 months before, so if you count that, I've already been in Korea for almost 2 full years. So we got some exciting questions that I asked on Instagram and Snapchat, and if you're not following me, you should follow me there, and you should subscribe to this channel while you're at it. 87% of you guys that watch are not subscribed. Come on, subscribe, join the family. And if you are subscribed, let me know so I can talk to you and add you to the group chat that we have over on Instagram. So without further ado, let's get started with the video. Question 1 is, did he propose? It's kind of a weird situation that we got going on here. He did ask me to marry him, yes. But I wouldn't say it was a proposal either. Like, he didn't get down on one knee and like, marry me. It was more so, I was watching TV and we were laying down together and we had talked about wanting to be married, and he just kind of asked like, hey, I want to marry you, will you marry me? And then 2 weeks later we had a courthouse wedding. The next question follows that up is, do we regret having a courthouse wedding as opposed to a wedding ceremony? Here's the thing, we have been married for 6 months on paper legally. We are husband and wife, that is what it is. We are still having a wedding ceremony, which is a question that I got a lot on Instagram. We are having a ceremony. We're just not having it right now. And we wanted to be married. So I don't think there's any regrets in that decision whatsoever. Like, we're both very happy being husband and wife right now. And it was a very special moment for us to be able to just do it with just us and exchange the rings just us. That was very special and very close to our hearts. And in this economy, paying for a wedding, we are saving for a wedding, but first we're saving for a home and, you know, kids down the line. We don't know when we'll have our wedding ceremony. We know we want to have it within the next year or 2, but that's also our timeline for like kids, so we'll see. Sorry, the lighting just changed. A storm is starting to roll through. The third question I got was, are we going to live in America or are we going to live in South Korea? So if you don't know, my husband is from South Korea. I am from Michigan, the good old Midwest, right in the mid. I'm like right there in the mid. That's a very tricky question as things are in America right now. I don't want to live in America. I don't want to raise kids in America with the way that it is currently. However, I do want to be around my side of the family, and I want to be with my parents and my brother and sister, and I want to be with my nieces and nephews. And so it is a hard line that we're still trying to figure out. What is something that I learned in the 6 months being married? Y'all need to see this dog. Oh my god. Okay. What was the question? Oh, what is something that I've learned being married? You have to remember to date. Dating is so important. June and I, it took a minute for us to make that a priority, to remember to date. Oh, she hit my phone. Sorry, guys. To remember to date and to remember to keep doing all the little things. You got something to say? What? What did you learn being married? That you love dad? Yeah. That daddy's your favorite person in the world? I know. Also, this is such like a cliche, but communication is so important. Communicate what you need, communicate your boundaries. Just because you're married, that doesn't make your boundaries and your needs, kind of plateau. You should still have your firm boundaries and your needs and your opinions, and you should never be just somebody's wife or somebody's husband or somebody's partner. You are your own person and your opinions and values matter. And I think once you get married, a lot of people, they kind of look at you and like, I don't know if it's a culture thing or not. I'm not talking about Korea's culture. I'm talking about America. Like, when they talk to you, they talk to your husband. And no, stand your ground. You're not just somebody's wife. And I think that's very important to remember, that you were a person before your marriage and you're still a person after it. Another question is, has June ever been to America? Yes, he has. He has been to San Francisco? Is that where Stanford is? He used to give lectures and work on a lab in Stanford because June is a physicist. And that has been his only America experience. So we still need to get him to the Midwest. And to kind of round it out, how did our families react to us getting married? How did Grandma react? What did Grandma say? Was Grandma happy? Yes. Was Grandma happy? I told my parents right when it happened. Like, right when he was like, will you marry me? I texted my grandma and I was like, guess what you just asked? And they were both very excited, and my grandpa actually stayed up until 5 a.m. because of the time difference and waited until we were legally married so that he could, still technically be there for the marriage portion. And that was very, very special to me. And I felt super grateful, and I just love my papa and my grandma so much. So they were very excited, and they do love June. Absolutely. My grandma talks to him more than my grandpa does, but my grandpa's also very much a talker. He's not somebody who likes to hold conversations if he doesn't have to. So it's not that my grandpa doesn't talk to him, it's just that my grandpa doesn't really talk that much. So, but my grandpa loves him, my grandma loves him, my dad loves him. My brother, my sister-in-law, my sister, they all think he's a great guy, and it's because he is. And yeah, my whole family is obsessed with him. And they have not met him in person yet. That was another question. They have not met him in person yet, but they do communicate online, Discord, stuff like that. And his family and I are actually quite close. I talk to his mom and dad all the time. His dad and I have a lot in common, like books and stuff beyond that. And I find his dad a ray of sunshine in a cloudy day. He really is. And his mom is just so lovely, and I absolutely adore her. And his brother is super cool. Like, when I first met him, I was super intimidated. Not just because, you know, like, this is my future husband's brother, but because he's just so cool. Like he's, like, he owns his own business, and he's, like super fit, and, like, he works out, and his workouts are, like, super intense, and, like, I just think he's so cool. And his brother's girlfriend, love her, so cool, obsessed. She's so pretty, and his whole family is just so sweet and so kind and down to earth, and they're just, like, some of the greatest people I've ever met, honestly. And for the very last question, is there any regrets? Oops, touched my camera again. My bad, guys, my bad. For the very last question, is there any regrets? From my end, absolutely not. No regrets. I think we did it in our way, the way that we wanted to. I believe we waited the amount of time that we wanted to. My camera keeps falling. I'm sorry, guys. I will fix this in the next video. But there's absolutely no regret. We both love each other very, very much. And we both know that marriage is not a walk in the park all the time. And we both have accepted that. And we work together. And that's what matters. See, you're falling again. But yeah. And that is this week's video. And I will see you guys next time. Bye! Mwah.